statement, and then we'll go into questions. Just raise your hand, and I will call you. Coach?
Hey, guys came in this morning. You see the disappointment on their face still. Opportunity to learn from it as we watch the tape. End of the day, some of the things that we talked about going into the game, we didn't do. We got to play smarter football, in particular on the offensive side of the football. You look at the drives, most of them end with a major penalty that puts you in, second and extra long or first and extra long, and the turnovers on the plus side of the territory as well. So a lot to learn from. At the same time, you got to wash it, whether you win or lose, and you got to move on to the next one. We got a great opponent coming to town this week. You look at Georgia; they play extremely well. Smart football, physical football, all three phases of the game. They got dynamic playmakers in all three phases of the game as well. So huge test for us, and we got to have a great week of preparation, get ready for these guys. I think it's the first time we've been back home for an SEC game inside Neyland Stadium in over a month. Looking forward to our fans, seeing them there on Saturday. Need a great atmosphere. Dolly's going to be there as well, so my mom will be excited about that one. We'll open it up for questions.
Brent and Sam.
Coach, you've referenced multiple times this year that you need to play smarter.
Yeah.
You talked about the penalties. How do you fix that? You guys have been penalized for 3 years pretty heavily. How do you fix that?
Well, some of it, like personal accountability. Some of it, you look at some of the penalties on the offense side of football, the playing penalties, comes down to fundamentals of technique and body position. You do those things right, you have an opportunity to not have some of those things happen. Gotta be smart at the end of play as well.
I know you guys have officials at every practice. How heavily how closely is it flagged in practice type deal? How much do you scrutinize there?
Yeah, I mean, they pay attention to everything that's going on. They're there for a reason. The way you finish plays in practice isn't necessarily the same as a game.
Same in the back.
How do you get the run game going again this weekend?
Yeah, part of it's the way the game ended and the type of scenario that you're playing out, but a bunch of it is, us doing a great job of communication, fundamentals, running backs pressing the hole, doing a good job of reading things too. It's a combination of all those things the other night.
Austin.
Noticed a couple times in the first half, you elected the fair catch to kickoffs. Then in the second half, D took one about 7 or 8 yards deep. Kind of whose call is that? Is that yours? Is that Eckler's? Is that D's got the flexibility to do whatever he wants to back there? Kind of what goes through all that?
Yeah, we have an idea of what we're doing before we go out there, but then based on the kick too, there should be a decision that's made during the course of the play as well.
Mike, and then Rob.
Coach, does it make it a little bit, I don't know if easier is the right word, but when you've got an opportunity game like this, play on national television against the number one, does that help the guys maybe put a game like that behind them because it is such a big opportunity?
Yeah, I think no matter what you do the previous week, you got to put the game behind you. Certainly, we understand the quality of the opponent that's coming to town this week. Our guys understand, who they are, what they're about, and the way that they're going to play. Be a great test for us.
Coach, you got dinner at receiver during the game at Missouri. What do you think about the way the guys stepped up down the depth chart, and do you have an update on Dante?
Yeah, Dante will be out for the remainder of the regular season. We'll see where we're at as we get into postseason play. Young guys, there were some real positive things that they did during the course of the game. Chaz, Caleb, all in all, like a majority of what they did.
Adam.
How much do you have to change offensively to compensate for the injuries at wide receiver? First Brew, then Dante. Can you really do anything scheme-wise this late in the year replacing them?
Well, you're always going to subtly change your scheme based on what you're seeing structure-wise and personnel-wise on the other side. You always try to put those guys in a position where they can go win. And, in this one, there's a bunch of one-on-ones. It's going to be tight, contested coverage out on the outside. At the end of the day, they're going to have to go win some of those battles.
Ben.
Josh, how would you assess where Elijah Herring is at right now, and what steps does he need to make, especially going into this football game?
Yeah, the other day I thought he got his eyes just caught in the wrong place on a couple of his reads. Missed a couple open field tackles, but he did some good things as well. He's a young player that's got to continue to grow. He didn't play extremely well on Saturday afternoon.
Patrick, did you have anything else? Mike, and then to the back.
Yeah, first look, what jumps out about George's in terms of how they look compared with last year's team, personnel-wise, scheme-wise?
Man, they got really good players across the board. Defensively, big, strong, athletic, up front. They can run. They cover extremely well on the back end. They don't miss tackles. You see them in close quarters and in open space. They tackle extremely well. Offensively, they got dynamic playmakers. A few of those guys are just getting back and getting truly healthy right now. But the quarterback's playing extremely well, really efficient and accurate. He's done a really nice job.
Several producers wanted me to ask you, does it bring any pressure knowing that Dolly's going to be there this year?
Anytime Dolly's going to be around, it certainly adds pressure, absolutely, to our performance. But truly, for Tennesseans, that's one that everybody will enjoy seeing.
Patrick and Brent.
Coach, Mary McDonald was another guy that got banged up. Do you have an update on him? And how did Jordan Thomas? He got a lot of run in the UConn game. How do you think he played in that star spot?
Yeah, I thought Jordan did some positive things, was destructive and made some plays out on perimeter. T-Mac got nicked up early in the football game. I do believe he'll have an opportunity to be ready for this one.
Coach, when you look at your third down defense, obviously you had a hard time getting off the field. What was it that they were doing, and how disappointing was the third and long inability to get off the field?
Yeah, inability to get off the field. Part of that was quarterback extending and making plays with his feet running and also scrambling and getting outside of the pocket. For us, you got to do a good job of applying pressure to him too. You can't let him sit back there all day. But he broke contain on us. That was disappointing. Some of our twist games, our contained player didn't get there. He got out through the middle of the football field once or twice too. We got to do a better job. That'll be big in this one too. And we got to match things out on scramble drill.
Anything else for Coach? One last one with Brent.
You said post-game that you were disappointed with the way that the team finished.
Yeah.
When you watched it on tape, what did you see? What did you mean in terms of that? Was that one specific drive, or was it just the whole?
Just the last couple of drives. Going back and watching it, a lot of them did continue to play hard. I just didn't think we played very smart at the end of it, so disappointed in that.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Josh.